because I want to make a video helping artists and baby artists out. And the video I want to make is about questions that some artists have, like what is color theory, how do I shade skin, what is this tool, and how do I use it? Like those type of questions, and when they ask someone who is more good at art, they usually just make it where you don't understand it because you're new and you don't know.
Caution, caution, gotta see a broken nail, no blood, I'm fine. Don't worry guys, I'm fine. It's nothing, I promise. See, I'm okay. I'm not bleeding, I promise. Orange. Let's use dark. To the side. Now let's take some orange. Let's do. Oh, that was a little bit too much. A little bit too much. That much. Let's see how this turns out. But that much being muted. Orange. Now let's take some more orange. And let's do a dot. And there you go. Now let's do a paper towel. I got a paper towel. I'm gonna use the typical bright. I'm gonna use the one muted colors. Now this one. You see it? There's a little bit of the change, so if you don't want it that much, just use a dark one. But if you want more of a darkish, brownish, but more on the orange side, use a light blue and use about that much of light blue.
5 ways to paint skin from least to most realistic. Starting with method number 1. Mix a skin tone and fill in the entire area with that color. Method number 2. Mix a lighter and darker version of that same skin tone to create a highlight, midtone, and shadow. Bonus tip, don't use black to darken your shadows like I am in this video. Something like raw umber is a much better shadow color for skin. Method number 3 is to simply warm up your highlights and cool down your shadows. Using value and temperature hand in hand is a great way to add dimension. Our 4th method is to mix 5 or more versions of that same skin tone, not only progressing from lighter to darker, but also switching from warm to cool to warm to cool to warm. It doesn't matter if you start with cool or warm, as long as you switch back and forth in that same pattern. Just apply the colors the same way that you would normally, as if they're going from light to dark. But it's really easy to mess up those values when you change the color temperature. You can test the values in your work by taking a picture, turning down the saturation, and turning up the contrast. If you see any hard lines, that means you need to lighten or darken those values. So here I am doing just that. I'm bringing all those values to a closer gradient while still keeping the warm, cool pattern. And as you can see, it worked pretty well. Our 5th and final method is to take that exact same palette and boost the saturation of the 2 colors that cross the highlight to shadow line. We want the transition from highlight to shadow to be the most saturated part of the whole painting. And make sure the values of your other paints keep up. These 2 ended up being about the same value, so I had to darken the right one off camera. Another good way to remember exactly where you want those most saturated colors to be is to remember that you want the darkest highlight and the lightest shadow to be these saturated hues. And while it might look crazy at first, it really pays off when you blend everything together. And these tricks don't just work on skin, they work on everything else you can paint too.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing?